Lord Byron. He's not who I was expecting to have breakfast with this morning. One of England's great writers, of course. One of the pioneers of Romanticism. He died here in Greece, actually. I didn't know this. I had to Google it because I was curious as to why there was a statue of him here. He actually died here fighting with the Greeks against the Ottoman Turks during the Greek War of Independence. And apparently he's regarded as something of a folk hero. So there you go. It was a bit peculiar to see as I was driving along. So the day is well underway. It's nearly 12 o'clock, I think. But my day's only just beginning because I slept nearly 10 hours last night. I was so tired. And unfortunately, we've already got a task to complete before we go anywhere. Because, unfortunately, when I filled up for petrol today, the guy who, filled the tank, he overfilled it. And so when I parked here and put the bike on its side stand, put my helmet there, as I always do, and I actually was rooting around here and I was like, I smell petrol, that's really strange. I looked and there was petrol flowing down the side of the tank. And all over my helmet. So I've got to go find a water fountain or something, take the lining out of my helmet, wash it, and then let it dry. So that's what we're gonna do. That's what we gotta do. Flamingos! How gorgeous is that? Alas, I expected this actually. It's closed. I noticed there was a definite party atmosphere in the town this morning. Today is a national holiday called Ochi Day. Ochi, which means no. It's Happy No Day to you all. It's a cool holiday. It commemorates the day when the good heavens, was it the Greek Prime Minister or the Greek Ambassador to fascist Italy rejected the ultimatum that Mussolini issued in 1940, which subsequently led to the Italian and then German invasion of Greece during the Second World War. It's a cool holiday. No day. We reject you. Unfortunately, it means that the site is closed and such. But still, we can just look at those walls. Oh, I got chills when I was driving up here. These walls are the walls of the ancient city of Pleuron, which is a city from, I think, the 3rd century BCE. I actually don't know anything about it, other than it is a city from the classical period. And as such, those walls are pretty old. The view is quite stunning as well. I need to just rub down the bike a bit because it's still got petrol coming out of it. We're now at another archaeological site, only 15 kilometers away from the other place that was closed. This place doesn't have a gate, and there is a little info hut where I suppose you're meant to pay your €2, but nobody's there. So just gonna have a quick snack because I'm getting a bit hungry, and it is lunchtime. My knowledge of pre-Hellenistic sites is quite minimal, so this is all new to me as well. But I think that's what it is. I think it's a classical, maybe even archaic settlement, city, place. I'm really not sure. But it's time for a snack either way. I have no idea what this is. If I had, it looks like a theatre because of the seats. I assume they're seats. Maybe they're steps leading up to something up there, but they look like seats. And they're arranged in a square around that open space, which makes me think that it looks like a theatre, but it's square, which is interesting. Well, the Wikipedia article starts with mythology before history, which usually means it's quite old. According to Greek mythology, Calydon was founded by Aetolius in the land of the Kereutes and was called Calydon after the name of his son Calydon. Calydon and the neighbouring town of Pleuron, which is where we were earlier, are said by Strabo to have been once the ornament of Greece, but by his time, the late 1st century BC, had sunk into insignificance. It is frequently mentioned in the Iliad by Homer, who celebrates the fertility of the plain of lovely Calydon. You should lovely. That's the mythology. Okay, let's look at the history. Calydon is not often mentioned in the historical period. In 391 BC, it was recorded as in the possession of the Achaeans, but the means of possession are unclear. In the civil war between Julius Caesar and Pompey, it still appears as a considerable place, but a few years afterwards, its inhabitants were removed by Augustus to Nicopolis. From yesterday. There you go. Archaeology. The Hellenistic theatre of an unusual square plan. It is unusual. I've never seen a square theatre before. And that's what it is. A theatre. Cool. I need to eat something because I'm getting a pretty bad headache. It's so quiet. It's only the sounds of the birds and the crickets. This is my favourite way to experience archaeological sites like this. Alone in the middle of nowhere. It's just stones, piles of stones and rubble and earth. And you can just sit here and eat your olives, listen to the sounds and just imagine. It makes me really happy. Need to collect all my stones. I don't want some archaeologists in a few years coming here and going like, oh, look at this variety of olive that they had. This is completely unheard of. How can we explain this? Oh, it was just Ferdia sitting here eating his olives. See if we can get some food there and a coffee. No, we're good. Very good. We're going to sit down and decide what we're doing for the rest of the day. really, really important that I get a supermarket. Come on. It's closed. Maybe. Let's have a look. And look. Now we can go to the beach. If there's any space in here. We got a legend up there. Oh, you guys only got this in. Oh, it's a nice one too. Very nice. Very nice. Small moments. Germans! Let's hear it for our van life, brothers and sisters. Trying to find freedom while living in a box. Ah no, that's very mean of me. Definitely not jealous when it comes to finding a place to sleep. Alright, we've got to turn off this place, Ferdia. Apparently there's a few wild camping spots along that stretch there. But we'd want to get a move on before the light goes. Oh, turn this on first. It reminds me of the Caribbean. There was just chickens everywhere. Whoops. Right, gotta work quickly because the sun's going down. And now, if there was ever a moment I wish my bike didn't weigh a third of a ton, this is it. Come on, babes. This smells amazing. I think it's thyme. It's everywhere. It smells like a spice cabinet down here. Let's go have a look at the sea.
Your name is Nikos.
Nikos.
That's
Nikos.
Yes. Έλα.
Okay. It's 10 o'clock in the morning.
Εσύ εδώ πηγαίνεις. Ναι. Πιες λίγο. Ωραίο. Good.
This is
Good.
This is water.
Very
No,
good.
this is water.
Ναι.
Yes.
Very good.
Very good.
Very
Έλα,
good.
έλα πιες λίγο.
No, I need to drive. I need to go on the motor.
Night.
I'll be honest, I nearly did a Pompeii on it when I drove up here and saw all the tour buses and the hot dogs and the flags but anyway, no, I said, if we did that with every big site we go to, we'd never get anywhere. This is, of course, Olympia, the site of the original Olympic Games. A huge site, as you can see. It's massive, with structures dating from the archaic right up until the late Roman imperial period. So there's a bit of everything here. It's quite busy. There's quite a few tour groups going around and security guards blowing whistles to tell people to stop climbing on the stones. But yeah, I'm trying to enjoy it. I'm very concerned about the bike and the stuff I've left on the bike, because the car park is like 15 minutes walk away and it's a touristy car park. I can imagine it's hell here in the summer. It's quite hot today and I'm quite sweaty walking around with all the gear, so to the people who come here in the summer and do the crowds and do the heat, fair play to you guys. I couldn't do it. But yeah, I'm trying to enjoy it, and it is quite nice. It is quite nice here. The site itself is very well preserved and stabilized, and you can wander relatively freely around. It costs €12 to get in, so it's expensive, of course, but you know, it's Olympia. I'd say it's reasonable enough as a price for a tourist destination. I don't know if that includes entrance to the museums. I'll check it out. It's 1:30 now, so I'm going to just see if I can get into the museums, and if not, go and check the bike, because I'm very concerned about the bike. Behind me is the Shrine to Zeus, well, what's left of it, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, and that is impressive. That is impressive. They have one restored pillar just, to give people something to take a picture of. But if you look at the stones, the capitals, the monoliths strewn all around, you can get an idea of the significance, the scale of the site. Yep, all in all, I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I got off the bike and did it. Okay, let's keep going. This spot on iOverlander, and I see a few people camping along here. I said hi to the guys next door and asked them if it was okay if I slept beside them, which is great because I don't actually like camping very much, I'll be honest. And it's not so much the sleeping in the tent I don't like, it's just the lack of security, especially when you have a bike and you can't lock anything. That's what I really don't like. So having someone next door is such a weight off. The problem is, it's 5:30, as I've already mentioned 3 or 4 times, but it really, really sucks. Because it means you have over 12 hours of darkness just sitting in your tent with no power. Yeah, I've got signal down here, that's good. Anyway, let's do this quick. This evening's ride was really nice. The light was gorgeous, the road was good, olive trees all around. It was it's places like the Andalusia of Greece. There's nothing but olive trees everywhere, which made me kind of homesick, second homesick. The smell of olives. But because it was evening, the work for the day was finishing up, and so a lot of trucks were bringing all the workers, the labourers from the fields, and same as in Andalusia, we have no idea the real cost, the human cost of the food that we eat here in Europe, because they're all, well not all, but There's a lot of exploitation of immigrant workers going on, and you could see on the edges of the towns their shanty towns where they were all going back to. And yeah, it's just, we're very good at hiding it from ourselves, but here it's more obvious. Anyway, we're not going to go on a social justice campaign right now. Just got to be grateful and thankful.